Hey guys, this is Syndicate here. Most people call me Sin in game. Some people know me as OZ or Ozzy or whatever, OZII. On the forums, I post on the forums quite a bit. But I just basically wanted to make a video about some of the LMS changes and my thoughts on them. I haven't made videos in a long time, and if you check my page, I have a lot of subscribers because I used to do like Modern Warfare 2 videos back in the day. That's why I have like 6,000 to 7,000 subscribers. I haven't checked in a while, but I don't really make videos and people don't really unsubscribe from you anymore. So but for some reason, I don't know why, it kind of struck me. I seen a lot of posts and stuff, and I wanted to make a basically a video. I guess you could call it a build video, but I just wanted to give some thoughts on some of the changes that happened. So just to get to the meat and potatoes and get the build out of the way, because I've tried to do this like 2 or 3 times and it's kind of dragging on as I talk about each aspect more and more. But I'm running a Knight's Helm, a Soldier's Shoulders, that gets me every time, a Celestial Top, Soldier's Gloves, Knight's Pants, and Knight's Legs, or Knight's Boots, I'm sorry. 2 Soldier's Daggers, as you can see here. I used the new transmutation thing that they have going, so I have 2 incinerators now. And I have a Sigil of Battle and a Sigil of Force. The Runes of Strength, I don't know, I really love the Runes of Strength. They're really good. It's really easy to get 15 stacks of might just playing like normal. It's like you're just playing normal. You're not trying to blast finisher, which means that you can stay on the enemy more often. This is why I really like it. As you can see here, I get 26 seconds of might just on swap. As you can see, 26 seconds of might. And now if I make a fire field and then I swap, then I do a blast finisher, I'm getting 35 seconds of might. Well, I don't know if you saw that, but it's 35 seconds of might off a blast finisher. It's very, very easy to stack might with these runes. They're excellent. I was running them before the patch because I had already seen what they were going to be, and I automatically figured that they were going to be probably one of the best runes to run on an elementalist if you're about DPS and you're about damage. So what I did as far as my trinkets goes, because of the ferocity change, if this was the old screen, this would say I'd only have 20 critical damage, which would seem like very low. So now they show basically the base, and then whatever you've added onto it equals your total that you have here. And then essentially what this did, without going too in depth on the ferocity change, it just made it so that if you were trying to figure out, say you wanted to get some extra vitality, if you decided to throw a soldier's ammy here, it's not as big of a hit to your critical damage as it was before. If I remember correctly, the amulet's giving you 6. This is giving, the rings are giving you 5. The earrings are giving you 4, and then you would get 2 from 2 ferocity from here. But how much you get is going to depend on how much ferocity you already have, because it's like a regular stat. It's like precision, so it can round up. For example, Runes of Rage, the new Runes of Rage will give you 11.6 ferocity, or well, yes, they will give you 11.6 critical damage using the new ferocity system, and that's going to round up, so you'll get 12 critical damage from the new Runes of Rage all by themselves if you were just looking at the Runes of Rage. And then you add that to whatever ferocity you have will equal your total amount. So, it's just a little bit of, quick math or whatever. So it's all going to depend on how much ferocity you have. Like I said, so it's like precision. Now what I'm doing for traits is I went Zephyr's Boon, easy and standard. Stone Splinters here for the modifier. Cantrip Mastery, Cleansing Wave, Renewing Stamina, Elemental Attunement, and Evasive Arcana. Nothing new here. I'm not reinventing the wheel here or anything like that. I just basically moved 10 points from here, from where I used to have it here. Now, another big change that I made to my build is, still running Sharpening Stones, is this. I have 115 bowls of this. Seaweed Salad. 60% swiftness, 60% chance to gain swiftness when you kill a foe. Whatever, who cares? The secondary, you see that. plus 10% damage while moving. This food is now the best DPS food in the game, as long as you're moving, which everyone should be moving, maybe unless you're playing like a ranger or something. But this is the best DPS food in the game. I think it was bugged before, and now it's fixed. I saw a post on it on Reddit by one of the some guy did a DPS comparison before the patch. Actually, this food beats even the old power critical damage food and the current power precision food, as far as raw damage goes, that you'll get from the food. This is now the best food in the game. Even the DNT guys, they posted about it. They are running this in dungeons now. The PV guys, DNT is running this food now. The DNT is also, well, Nike posted a video today, and he's also recommending Runes of Strength. Now, I'm not a big PvE guy, but he's recommending running these over Scholar, and that's one of the reasons I like these runes. So they're so good, because in a World v World PvP setting, you can practically maintain the 6-piece bonus unless you're getting your might stolen. Unlike Scholar, where it's much harder and feels a little bit more gimmicky, trying to stay above 90% and basically one-shot someone before they notice that you're there, so you can maximize your damage. I have a little bit lower HP. I mean, I could always, and with this food here, if you think about it, you have the 10% damage modifier. You could, maybe you decided you wanted to drop stone splinters, so you don't have this 10% damage modifier, and you say, okay, I'll just take this damage modifier, and then you could go back to 30 in water, or you can take this 30 in water, I'm sorry, 6 in water, using the new system, or you could take this these 2 points and move these 2 points to air magic if you wanted to, or fire, wherever, you know, wherever, however you wanted to set it up. And you could take these take this food and not take stone splinters. That's an option. But basically what I wanted to do was stack as many damage modifiers as I could, which is these. And once I saw this food was good, I actually found out about this like the day before the patch, and or the day of the patch, I'm sorry. I started running this, and I started running Sigil of Force combined with the Sigil of Strength, and you're putting out some very good damage, probably close to what you were seeing in your builds prior to the ferocity change. Now, some other runes that I would recommend really quickly, because I know there's people that like boon durations. I would recommend Holbrick runes. Also, you're going to get the same might duration. It's the same might duration, and then you can run your minus duration on the food, so you'll still be stacking that 15, 20, 25 stacks of might, and then you can run your food for the minus Condi duration, so you can deal with Condis. And I think people are really paying too much attention to Holbrick right now. They're still trying to figure out where they go at. If you don't mind sacrificing that 6-piece bonus from the Runes of Fire, and, or I'm sorry, from the Runes of Strength and the food, you could, because usually any of the runes, in my opinion, that have the minus condition duration, you really need to run the food with them to really make it worth it, in my opinion. So the Holbrick is a rune that you could definitely run. You run Holbrick, you run the minus condition duration food, and then you should be able to deal with Condis, and you would be able to stack might very well. Another rune that I would recommend is Rune of Water. Recommend Rune of Water. This is the only rune in the game that's going to give you 20% general boon duration. Now, if you're running, in my opinion, this rune is the best rune if you're looking for general boon duration. Really, you don't have any other option. You could do one of the 15% boon runes. I think like Monk Full 6 is 15% boon duration. You could do that if you want. My opinion is to go water, or go 5 water. Well, actually, you can't, now that I'm looking at it, because the 15% boon duration is there at the bottom. I would still take the full 6. If you really want the full boon duration, take the full 6. Even if you're running Signet of Restoration, you won't get much mileage out of the 6-piece bonus anymore, because you're using the Signet and you're hardly ever going to activate it. But when you do, it is about a 1k heal extra. I'm running Ether Renewal now. Ether Renewal gives the best love out of all of our heals when it comes to healing power. I believe it's 1.25 is the scaling on Ether Renewal. It's either 1.2 or 1.25 scaling off for Ether Renewal. So for every point of healing power you have, Ether Renewal is going to give you the best bang for your buck. So that's kind of why I started going back and running Ether Renewal, and so far I haven't really noticed any problems. Yes, you can get interrupted by a thief, and that's usually who you're worried about for the most part, is a thief, maybe an engineer, and a necro, but for me it's not enough to make me not run Ether Renewal, if that makes sense. The 4-piece bonus on Signet of Water is, or on Rune of Water is really good in my opinion. Like I said, you have the 6-piece bonus. I was trying to get into test Runes of Dwayna to see, and I don't know exactly how to test it. I probably have to go to Ore or something to see if the 6-piece and the 4-piece now activate with Cleansing Water. If they do, Runes of Dwayna would be better for you when it comes to condition removal, I think, in my opinion, than Signet of Water or Rune of Water. The ICD is actually longer on Dwayna now, but I think if you're running Ether Renewal, then I think Rune of Water or Rune of Dwayna would be better for you. I think it's a toss-up depending on what you want to go with between Rune of Water and Rune of Dwayna. I'd probably go Dwayna if I was running Signet of Restoration. Also, I don't want to forget my guys out there, my people out there that are running Glyph of Elemental Harmony. Sorry. If you're running that, also, I would recommend these same runes depending on the situation. Those are the runes I'm looking at right now. If you really want your beef, I would say Rune of Earth, I think, looks really good. Runes of Earth, here, you're looking at 30% protection duration. You have the 25% chance to gain protection for 4 seconds, 30-second cooldown, and you have the aura when struck above 20%, below 20% health. You get the magnetic aura. The cooldown's very long. You kind of have to run the full 6 to get the extra 20% protection duration. But in my opinion, if you really want to go beefy, if you were trying to go a tanky rune without doing something like Melandru, I would look at Earth. If you can run the dungeon, or you got people to run the dungeon with you, I would go ahead and get Rune of the Forge. I believe it comes from Honor of the Wave. In my opinion, that is the best defensive rune that you can run if you're trying to maximize your protection. And one of the reasons I say that is because with the new change to Cantrip Mastery, you're looking at Armor of Earth on a 60-second cooldown. If you take Cantrip Mastery, that also affects the trait of Elemental. I'm sorry, not Elemental Shielding, of Earth's Embrace. It affects the trait of Earth's Embrace, and as you can see, it's on a 60-second cooldown. And the Runes of Forge, they're called Runes of Forgeman now, they'll also have at 50% health, you'll gain protection for 10 seconds. On a 60-second cooldown, you'll gain protection for 10 seconds at 50% health. So that will synergize with this Earth's Embrace trait immediately. So in my case here, I'd be looking at 17, basically 17, almost 18 seconds of protection once I hit 50% health, which would be huge. So that's basically what I wanted to get out there as far as the changes that happened to DD Elementalist, and my thoughts on it really quickly without making the video too long. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up on the forums. People hit me up on the forums all the time, or from the forums in game. I have no problem. They send me PMs. That's cool if you have any questions, or leave a comment in the video section. And thank you very much.